Right, good morning. As you can see, it's another new venue. It's another one of the club lakes on my club book. It's a little tiny pond, days only. It's probably, what, 3/4 of an acre. It's quite long, very narrow. It's only 7 wraps across. I don't think there's many carp in here, and I don't think they're very big what is in here. But I'm giving it a go anyway. We're in the middle of Storm Brian, so I was looking for somewhere to hide, basically. Story so far, I got down here this morning, put a bit of bait in across 2 spots on the far bank, and I put a rod on each of them. They've been sat there for over an hour, and I've not even had a bleep yet, or seen a fish anywhere in front of me. There is a bit of fizzing going on up, he says. Check that out for pretty. Not bad for a first fish. Let's see how many more I can get. Right, so there we go. That's my first fish. I literally slipped it back 5 minutes ago, and as you can see, it stopped raining and the sun's come out. So yeah, I'm getting a sunny spell, should we say. If anything exciting happens, I'll update you. I might still move on to the other lake yet. I don't know. I'll speak to you in a bit. Right, quick update for you. As you can see, I've changed swims. I've moved up a couple to my left. I've got a little island here. I walked around with the marker rod earlier, and there's gravel off the corner of that island, so I'm fishing one on the gravel. The other rod I'm fishing out in open water, basically, towards the far bank. It's about over 3/4 of the way across, just on the edge of the trees. I put quite a bit of bait with a little mini spod over there, and we'll see how it goes. I've put 7 little spods over on the right hand rod. I've put 3 little spods up against the island, and then I've got a wafter over both of them, and we'll see how it goes from here. Right, update done. Speak to you in a bit. Okay, here's number 2. Quite happy. Right, that was number 2. I was expecting it to get a bit better as it got later, and that was at 4 o'clock I had that bite. I've got about an hour and a half now until I need to be packing up and going. So what I've done is I've been baiting up the margin just around to my left there, just behind the bucket, and I've just put a rig on that now. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Give it another hour and a half, and then yeah, pop off home. Right, if I don't see you beforehand, it's been good. I'll speak to you later. Right, good afternoon. As you can see, day's changed. It's now Wednesday, and I've popped down onto the club lake for an afternoon. After getting told off for pre-baiting, I thought instead of pre-baiting, I'll come down here for a few hours and get a bit of baiting at the same time. And believe it or not, it actually looks quite good for a bite. I've got a couple of fish fizzing over around by my right hand rod, so yeah, it's looking pretty good. Still not holding my breath though. Anyway, if anything exciting does happen, I'll let you know. Failing that, I'll probably see you on Friday. Right, good evening. It's Friday night now. Last saw you down here is Wednesday. I was down here for a few hours just to basically get a bit of baiting and have a play for a couple of hours. Not a lot happened. Heard 1 fish, saw a swirl, moved on to the fish I heard, and nothing happened after that. And that's basically Wednesday night done. Put a bit of bait in before I left. So my left hand rod is now on one of the areas that was baited, and the right hand rod is just in front of the tree to the right there because I saw a swirl there. And that's it really. The rods are in situ now. They'll be there for the next 20 odd hours, and we'll see how we go. Right, good evening again. It's Friday night again. Not a lot happened last week. Saw a couple of fish. Didn't have any bites or indications or anything. This week, however, I've moved to the other side of the lake. Basically because now I get to cover the back of the trees where I think a lot of the fish are. Right hand rod's on the spot. Left hand rod's just in open water. And that's it really. I'm going to get a firework display later on tonight, which will be fun. And hopefully it won't upset the fishing too much. Alright, that's it. If anything good happens, I'll tell you. If not, I'll see you in the week. Ciao for now. Right, good morning. I left you on Friday on the little lake, saying that if nothing exciting happened, then you probably wouldn't see much. Nothing exciting did happen apart from a firework display that just saw every fish in the 2 lakes just stop feeding. Nothing happened there apart from, and it rained a lot. So it's now Monday. I've got another week off because it's my birthday this week. However, today I've driven all the way up to Essex to a place called Newlands Hall, which is where I've got a match on next week. I'm running it, so I thought I'd come up here, do a quick recce and get eyes on all the pegs so it's easier for me to make all the maps. Since I'm here, thought I'd do some fishing. I'm here for 24 hours. So far I've been fishing about 3 hours and all I've had is about 3 or 4 roach pick up my maggots. Maggots aren't the one. I've now swapped to little bits of fake corn as a twitch on the left hand rod. I'm still getting crap fish twitches. Anyhow, right, I need to move. I shall update you later. Ciao for now. Okay, it's taken a few hours. Finally got one which is worth showing on the camera. I've had 2 others, both of about £1. Yeah. Okay, so I've just literally put that other fish back and this one's rattled off. Let's get rid of fingers. There we go. About £5, £6, £4. Yeah. Right, good morning. As you can see, the scenery changed again last night. I moved across here just on dusk, and I've managed 4 fish in a couple of hours last night, and then it's died off. I've tried a few things to keep the bites coming, and I've failed miserably, if I'm perfectly honest. So that's it now. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I need to make a move in a bit, and yeah, that's it. Tomorrow I'll be off onto one of the club lakes, so I'll see you then. Right, good morning. You join me on another new water for me. It's another one of the club lakes, similar areas to where I fished the other week. Again, there's quite a few small fish in here, quite a few small carp. I've seen a few already this morning. Apparently they go up to £20 though. But there was a frost again last night, so I'm using up what maggot I had left over from Newlands Hall for a start. I've also fed a few boilies along the far bank, 30 odd it was, in a big long line. And we'll see if that does anything later, but I'm waiting for it to warm up before I get excited. Right, speak to you in a bit. Okay, it's just gone 10, just had my first bite. So yeah, happy days. See if we can't get a couple more. Okay, I've been getting a few liners, so I've dropped my left hand rod short and ended up with this little beauty. There we go, number 3. Okay, biggest one so far. This time taking on a choddy. So yeah. Okay, things have got a little bit silly. Here's number 5. I basically chucked both rods out on choddies now because I couldn't, because I've run out of maggots. As you can see, my rods are both up the bank up there because I've literally had the last 2 fish in the last 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to move and then I'll get back to you after I've done that. Okay, it's just coming up on 3 o'clock. You might be wondering why I've decided to move. Bearing in mind I've just had 3 fish really quickly from the other swim. The reason is I've been pre-baiting this spot all day. I've been trickling a bit of bait in, walking up a swim and then pinging, catapulting boilies up here. So I'm hoping that there might be some bigger fish actually feeding on the bait, and if not, then it proves I'm way already. Anyway, as I was saying, I've been pre-baiting down here and it would appear as though they're on the feed. So I need to get this other rod sorted and back in the water. I'll speak to you in a bit. Right, before I put it back out, I'll quickly show you the rig. I've got £15 Corda touchdown on in green, up to a little tungsten bead, he says. So a tungsten bead, which is onto a tungsten line stop by Fox. They just push together like that. If I get a fish which is tethered, it'll just easily pop off. That keeps on going down about 2 foot of line, where I've got a free running chod rig. Don't need to explain a chod rig to you. Down to a line buffer sleeve, which I've trimmed down a little bit and fitted a large swivel inside. Reason for this is because it then gives me 12 inches of fluorocarbon underneath where I can have my lead, in this case about 1 ounce. Okay, the reason for this is to stop the lead from bouncing around in the fish's grid and causing hook pulls. And the reason for that bit there, for this line buffer sleeve, is in the past, fishing naked chods, I've been cut off. Started using this and it hasn't happened yet. Right, anyway, I'm getting back in. Quite excited. Here you go, proof of recasting. Whoa! Good morning. It's Saturday morning now, and you join me back down on the little club lake that I was on a few weeks ago. I haven't got anything to report yet. I've been here about an hour. However, when I signed in on the club book when I've turned up, it would transpire that the last person here, bar a keeper visit, was me. And, well, apart from a match the day after I left. The match was fished, and I think 3 carp and a couple of roach came off this lake, so I didn't do too bad the day before. Anyway, I've got 2 little naked choddies out again, and we'll see how it goes from here on in. It's quiet at the moment, and it's pants weather again, but c'est la vie, it's winter in it. Alright, I'll update you later if anything good happens. Fish number 1, as you can see, it's an absolute corker. Right, let's see if we can't get a couple more. Okay, just managed this little beaut, bang on £10. Can't fault that really, can you? Okay, that was number 2. As you may be able to spot, I have moved swims. And that bite came within about 10 minutes of moving swims on a chod. So they're both out on method feeders at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the kettle on and then re-rig both 2 rods back out onto chods. I think it's working better because of the leaf litter on the bottom. Okay, another common. Again, fin perfect, scale perfect. Absolutely brilliant. Right, that's about it for another day. As you can see, I've moved for the last half an hour or so. There'd been a few fish moving up here. I thought I'd give it a quick go just before it got dark. But I'm going to have to pack up now and go home. So what I'm going to do before I disappear is I've got about 100 boilies left. I'm just going to ping those up and around by the island up here, all up along that channel. And then I'm going to bug out. So I shall see you next week at Newlands. Ciao for now. So this was the scene from the Peg 5 in the Army Carpers first qualifier of the year last weekend. Chris and I came out first to the bag and we picked Peg 5. The reason being we thought this covered the area where most of the fish were, and it also had a nice right hand margin which looked good for a few fish. However, what we didn't know was it was good, this side of the lake was absolutely full of small carp. I mean, I had one of 8 and another one of 11 ounces. But in the end, we managed to catch 23 carp for a total of 109 12 ounce. This was only 6 pounds ahead of 4th, managed to keep us in 3rd. However, 2nd had 23 carp for 213 pound, and 1st had an impressive 270 pound. So well done, the winners. Anyway, I'm off now, so until the next time, ciao for now.